Hi everybody, Mrs. Foot here. So this morning I read the book called The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. And there's a follow-up story to The Kissing Hand about Chester Raccoon, and that is called A Pocket Full of Kisses. Again, Audrey Penn is the author, and then Barbara Leonard Gibson is the person who did the picture. So there's an author and an illustrator. And so here's Chester's mommy and Chester, and there's somebody else joining. So here we go, A Pocket Full of Kisses. There's Chester. So Chester Raccoon sat in the hollow of a tree, and he pouted. "Please, can we give him back?" he asked his mother. "I'll be really, really, really good if we can just give him back." Mrs. Raccoon smiled tenderly. "You're already really, really, really good, Chester, but I'm afraid no matter how good you are, we can't give him back. Besides, I thought you'd like having a little brother." "Well, I did like it at first," admitted Chester, "but now he plays with my toys and he swings on my swings and he reads my books and then he pulls my tail and he talks to my friends and he follows me everywhere I go." Well, there's his little brother, and there he is telling Mommy all about it. Mrs. Raccoon lifted Chester onto her lap and smoothed out his worried, furry forehead. "That's what little brothers do," she explained in a very motherly tone. "It's no different than sharing the woods, or sharing the stream, or sharing the food we find. Ronnie wants to be just like you." Mrs. Raccoon placed Chester on the ground and smiled at him with his soft, loving eyes. He knew them so well. "I think someone needs a kissing hand," she said in a voice that was warm and inviting. So she took Chester's hand in her own and spread open his tiny little fingers into a fan, and leaning over, she kissed him right in the middle of his palm. Oh, Chester felt the warmth of that kiss rush from his hand up his arm and right into his heart. And when he pressed his hand to his cheek, he could hear his mother's words in his head. "Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you," they said. Chester grinned so wide that the tips of his silky black mask crinkled upward. Even his cheeks flushed to a primrose pink. He was the happiest raccoon in the forest. But then, in a blink of a moment, all of the joy went out of the little raccoon. Why, his pink cheeks paled, and a stream of tiny hot tears fell like spring rain down his sad face. Even his silky black mask dropped as he watched his mother reach down, take Ronnie's hand in her own, open his tiny fingers into a fan, and kiss his brother right in the middle of his palm. "That was my kissing hand," Chester gasped in the saddest voice his mother had ever heard. "Why did you give Ronnie my kissing hand? Don't you love me anymore?" "Oh, Chester," cried Mrs. Raccoon, "of course I love you." "Well, how come you gave my baby brother the kissing hand?" asked Chester. Mrs. Raccoon gathered Chester up in her arms, and she gave him a great, big, comforting hug. "I would never give Ronnie your kissing hand," she assured him gently. "That was his kissing hand. Now you each have one of your own." Chester wiped away his tears and settled in his mother's lap. "If you give both of us kissing hands, won't you run out?" Mrs. Raccoon laughed. "Would you like to hear a story?" she asked Chester. "About kisses?" "No, about stars," said Mrs. Raccoon. Every night, just before the sun goes down, it reaches out with its rays and touches every star in the universe. And one by one, the stars light up and shine down upon us. Even on nights when we can't see the stars, they're up there sparkling away. No matter how many stars fill the sky, the sun will never run out of light, and its rays will never stop reaching out to them. That's the way it is with kissing hands. When somebody loves you, their tender kisses are like the sun's rays, always there and always shining. No matter how many kissing hands I give you, and Ronnie, I will never ever run out," she said. "But you are right about one thing," Mrs. Raccoon told Chester. Ronnie's big brother widened his eyes and looked surprised. "Why, what's that?" he asked his mother. "Why, you are a big brother, and that deserves something extra special," she said. Mrs. Raccoon put Ronnie on a swing and then took Chester's right hand in hers and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan, and leaning over, she kissed him right in the middle of his palm. And she said, "This kiss is for your pocket. Take good care of it. Keep it as a spare. You never know when your big brother might need a little extra care." Or your little brother. You might have to give your little brother some extra care. Chester hugged his mother and he romped away. "I love you too," he seemed to say. Look at all those hearts making him like so happy. And that was the end of the book. So, a pocket full of kisses for Chester Raccoon, and his little brother Ronnie still has the kissing hand, which is good. Mommies have enough love for everyone. So you guys have a great night. Enjoy the story, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.